Welcome to the Enlightened Mind, where science and spirituality intersect. Have you ever gazed at the night sky, overwhelmed by the vastness of it all, and felt a strange sense of belonging? A feeling that you are somehow connected to those distant stars, a part of something infinitely larger than yourself. That feeling. That's the spark, the ember of an awakening waiting to ignite within you. What if I told you that the universe isn't out there, but woven into the very fabric of your being? That the mysteries of science and the wisdom of spirituality are two sides of the same coin, a coin you hold in your hand. Imagine a reality where your thoughts have the power to shape your destiny, where your consciousness dances with the quantum field, and where the limitations you've always known simply melt away. This is the promise of the enlightened mind. A mind free from fear, open to wonder, and ready to embrace the extraordinary truth of who you really are. Are you ready to unlock your potential? The journey starts now. Thanks for your support in helping us to produce more content for you. We appreciate you liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Chapter 1: The Illusion of Separation. Imagine yourself standing on a mountaintop. The wind whips around you, carrying the scent of pine needles and damp earth. Below, the world unfolds in a tapestry of greens and blues, forests that stretch like emerald carpets, a river snaking through the valley like a silver ribbon, and in the distance, the hazy outline of mountains fading into the sky. You feel small, insignificant almost, yet strangely connected to this vast panorama. It's as if an invisible thread links you to every tree, every rock, every creature that inhabits this breathtaking landscape. This feeling, this sense of belonging to something larger than yourself, is a glimpse beyond the illusion of separation. It's a crack in the facade of our everyday perception, a whisper of the deeper reality that lies hidden beneath the surface. From the moment we enter this world, we are conditioned to see ourselves as separate entities. We have our own names, our own bodies, our own unique experiences. This sense of individuality is essential for navigating the complexities of life, but it can also become a cage, a self-imposed boundary that cuts us off from the interconnectedness of all things. We build walls around our hearts, fearing vulnerability and intimacy. We compete with others, believing that their success diminishes our own. We judge and criticize, forgetting that we are all interconnected, all part of the same intricate dance of life. This illusion of separation is a deeply ingrained program, running silently in the background of our consciousness. It shapes our thoughts, our emotions, and our interactions with the world. It whispers insidious lies: you are alone, you are not enough, you must fight for your survival. But what if this program is faulty? What if the reality we perceive is not the whole truth? Quantum physics, the study of the universe at its most fundamental level, is beginning to reveal a very different picture. A picture where particles are not solid objects but fleeting bundles of energy, constantly interacting and influencing each other. A picture where the observer, the conscious mind, plays a crucial role in shaping the very fabric of reality. One of the most mind-boggling discoveries of quantum physics is the phenomenon of entanglement. Imagine two particles, once connected, now separated by vast distances, even light years apart. When one particle changes its state, the other changes instantaneously, as if they are still connected by an invisible thread. This defies the laws of classical physics, which state that no information can travel faster than the speed of light. Entanglement suggests that the universe is not a collection of isolated objects, but a vast, interconnected web of energy and information. It's like a cosmic dance where every particle, every atom, every living being is intricately connected to every other. This interconnectedness is not just a theoretical concept, it's a lived experience. Think about the times you've felt an inexplicable connection to another person, a sense of knowing without words, or the times you felt a deep resonance with nature, a sense of belonging to something larger than yourself. These are moments when the veil of separation lifts, and we catch a glimpse of the underlying unity of all things. The illusion of separation is not just a personal delusion, it's a collective delusion, a shared belief system that permeates our society. It's the foundation of our competitive economic systems, our divisive political structures, and our often destructive relationship with the natural world. But the truth is, we are not separate. We are all interconnected, all part of the same intricate web of life. Our actions have ripple effects, impacting not only ourselves but also the people around us and the planet we inhabit. Recognizing this interconnectedness is not just a matter of intellectual understanding, it's a matter of heartfelt experience. It's about feeling the interconnectedness in every cell of our being, in every breath we take, in every interaction we have. It's about shifting our perspective from me to we, from separation to unity. This shift in perspective is not easy. It requires us to challenge our deepest assumptions about ourselves and the world. It requires us to confront our fears, our insecurities, and our deeply ingrained patterns of separation. But the rewards are immense. When we transcend the illusion of separation, we open ourselves to a world of boundless love, compassion, and joy. We tap into a source of infinite creativity and wisdom. We discover our true potential as co-creators of a more harmonious and fulfilling reality. The journey to this enlightened state begins with a simple question: what if everything I thought I knew about myself and the world was wrong? What if, instead of being separate individuals, we are all interconnected expressions of the same universal consciousness? What if, instead of competing for scarce resources, we cooperate to create abundance for all? What if, instead of fearing the unknown, we embrace it with curiosity and wonder? These questions are the seeds of awakening. They are the cracks in the facade of our limited perception, the openings through which the light of truth can shine. As we explore these questions, we begin to dismantle the illusion of separation, brick by brick. We begin to see ourselves and the world around us with new eyes, eyes that perceive the interconnectedness of all things. And as we deepen our understanding of this interconnectedness, we begin to experience a profound sense of peace, joy, and belonging. We begin to live from a place of love, compassion, and unity. This is the promise of the enlightened mind. A mind that transcends the limitations of separation and embraces the boundless potential of interconnectedness. Chapter 2. The Observer Effect. Imagine a darkened room. A single beam of light cuts through the gloom, illuminating a cloud of swirling smoke. You watch, fascinated, as the dust motes dance and shimmer in the light, their movements seemingly random and unpredictable. But then, you notice something peculiar. As you focus your attention on a particular mote, its movement seems to change. It becomes more defined, more purposeful, as if responding to your gaze. This, in essence, is the observer effect. The act of observation influences the observed. It's a concept that has baffled and intrigued scientists and philosophers for centuries, and it lies at the heart of quantum physics, where the distinction between observer and observed becomes blurred, and consciousness itself seems to play a role in shaping reality. Think back to a time when you were feeling particularly anxious or insecure. Perhaps you had an important presentation to give, or a difficult conversation to navigate. As you focused on your fears and anxieties, did you notice how they seemed to grow larger, more menacing? Did the world around you seem to reflect your inner turmoil, with every frown and every sideways glance confirming your worst fears? Now contrast that with a time when you were feeling confident and optimistic. Perhaps you were embarking on a new adventure or celebrating a personal achievement. Did the world seem brighter, more welcoming? Did you notice opportunities and possibilities that you hadn't seen before? These experiences, though seemingly subjective, hint at a profound truth. Our consciousness, our very act of observation, influences the reality we experience. This is not just a matter of positive thinking or wishful thinking. It's a fundamental principle of quantum physics, demonstrated time and again in experiments that challenge our very notions of cause and effect. One of the most famous experiments in quantum physics is the double-slit experiment. In this experiment, electrons are fired at a screen with two slits in it. When no one is observing the electrons, they pass through both slits simultaneously, creating an interference pattern on the screen behind. But when the electrons are observed, they behave like particles, passing through only one slit at a time. This experiment suggests that the act of observation collapses the wave function of the electron, forcing it to choose a definite path. In other words, our consciousness seems to play a role in determining the behavior of matter. But how is this possible? How can our thoughts and intentions influence the physical world? The answer, according to some physicists, lies in the nature of consciousness itself. Consciousness, they argue, is not just a byproduct of the brain, but a fundamental aspect of reality, interwoven with the fabric of the universe. This idea challenges the traditional materialistic worldview, which sees consciousness as an emergent property of matter. Instead, it suggests that consciousness is a primary force, shaping and influencing the material world. This has profound implications for how we understand ourselves and our place in the universe. If our consciousness is not limited to our physical bodies but extends outwards, interacting with the world around us, then we are not just passive observers of reality, but active participants in its creation. This is a radical idea, one that challenges our deepest assumptions about the nature of reality. But it is also an empowering idea, one that opens up a world of possibilities. If our consciousness can influence the physical world, then we have the power to shape our own reality. We can choose to focus on the positive, to see the beauty and abundance that surrounds us. We can choose to cultivate thoughts and emotions that uplift and inspire us. We can choose to act in ways that contribute to the well-being of ourselves and others. This is not to say that we can simply wish our problems away or manifest our desires with a snap of our fingers. The observer effect is not about magical thinking or wishful thinking. It's about recognizing the power of our consciousness to shape our perceptions, our experiences, and ultimately our reality. It's about understanding that we are not just victims of circumstance, but active creators of our own lives. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey of self-discovery, a process of uncovering the hidden power of our consciousness. It's about learning to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, to cultivate awareness of our inner world and its impact on the outer world. It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the world around us, but intimately connected to it. That our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions ripple outwards, influencing not only our own lives, but also the lives of others and the fate of the planet. The observer effect is a call to awaken to our true potential as conscious creators. It's an invitation to step into a reality where we are not just passive observers, but active participants in the unfolding of the universe. It's a reminder that we are all connected, all part of the same intricate dance of life, and that our consciousness, our very act of observation, is a powerful force for transformation. Chapter 3. The Dance of Energy. Close your eyes for a moment and picture a bustling city street. The air vibrates with the cacophony of car horns, the rumble of buses, and the chatter of pedestrians. Sunlight glints off the chrome of passing cars, casting shimmering reflections on the pavement. People rush by, their faces etched with a mixture of determination and distraction. The scene is a whirlwind of movement, a symphony of sights and sounds. Now, shift your focus. Zoom in, past the bustling crowds and the towering buildings, past the individual bricks and the grains of sand, until you reach the realm of the invisible. Here, in the microscopic world, a different kind of dance is taking place. Atoms whirl and vibrate, electrons spin around their nuclei like planets orbiting a sun, and photons of light zip and zag, carrying energy and information. This is the dance of energy, the ceaseless motion that underlies all of reality. From the smallest subatomic particle to the largest galaxy, everything in the universe is in a constant state of flux, a dynamic interplay of forces that creates the world we perceive. But this dance is not just confined to the physical realm. Our thoughts, our emotions, our very consciousness, All are expressions of energy, vibrating at different frequencies, interacting and influencing each other in a complex and never-changing symphony. Think about the feeling of joy. It's not just an abstract concept, it's a tangible sensation. A rush of energy that expands your chest, lifts your spirits, and makes you want to smile. Or consider the feeling of anger. It's a surge of heat, a tightening in your muscles, a desire to lash out. These emotions are not just mental states, they are energetic forces that have a real and measurable impact on our bodies and our surroundings. Ancient cultures understood this intuitively. They developed practices like yoga, tai chi, and qigong to cultivate awareness of this subtle energy flow, to harmonize their own energy with the energy of the universe. They spoke of chakras, energy centers located along the spine, each associated with different aspects of our physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Modern science is beginning to catch up with these ancient insights. Researchers are discovering that our bodies emit a faint glow of light, known as biophotons, which carry information and regulate cellular processes. They are finding that our heartbeats synchronize with the rhythms of the earth and the cosmos, and they are exploring the ways in which our thoughts and emotions can influence our physical health and well-being. The dance of energy is not just a theoretical concept, it's a lived experience. We can feel it in the warmth of a hug, the exhilaration of a run, the tranquility of a meditation. We can see it in the vibrant colors of a sunset, the intricate patterns of a snowflake, the mesmerizing dance of a flame. But how can we become more attuned to this energetic dance? How can we learn to harness its power for healing, transformation, and spiritual growth? One way is to cultivate awareness of our own energy field. This can be done through practices like meditation, yoga, and qigong, which help us to quiet the mind, connect with our breath, and become more sensitive to the subtle sensations in our bodies. Another way is to pay attention to the energy of our surroundings. Notice how different environments make you feel. Does a walk in nature leave you feeling refreshed and revitalized? Does a crowded shopping mall drain your energy? By becoming more aware of the energetic qualities of different places, we can make conscious choices about where we spend our time and how we interact with our environment. We can also learn to work with the energy of our emotions. Instead of suppressing or denying our emotions, we can acknowledge them, explore them, and allow them to flow through us. We can learn to transform negative emotions like anger and fear into positive forces for growth and change. The dance of energy is a constant interplay of giving and receiving, of expansion and contraction, of creation and destruction. It is the life force that animates the universe, the creative impulse that drives evolution. By becoming more attuned to this dance, we can tap into a source of infinite power and wisdom. We can learn to harmonize our own energy with the energy of the universe, creating a life of balance, harmony, and flow. We can learn to dance with the universe, to become co-creators of a more beautiful and fulfilling reality. This is the promise of the enlightened mind. A mind that is not separate from the world but intimately connected to it. A mind that is not just a passive observer, but an active participant in the dance of energy that creates and sustains all of life. Chapter 4. The Mystical Brain. The air hung heavy with incense, the scent of sandalwood and jasmine weaving through the dimly lit meditation hall. My breath slowed, each inhale and exhale a gentle wave washing over me. As I sank deeper into stillness, the world outside faded away, replaced by an inner landscape of vibrant colors and swirling patterns. A sense of profound peace settled over me, a feeling of interconnectedness with something vast and luminous. Then, a wave of pure bliss washed over me, a sensation of boundless love and joy that seemed to emanate from the very core of my being. This was my first experience of a truly mystical state, a moment of transcendence that shattered the boundaries of my ordinary perception and revealed a glimpse of a deeper reality. It was a profound and transformative experience, one that left me with a sense of awe and wonder that has stayed with me ever since. For centuries, mystics and spiritual seekers have reported similar experiences, moments of profound connection to something greater than themselves, often accompanied by feelings of bliss, awe, and a sense of unity with the universe. These experiences, often described as spiritual awakenings or enlightenment experiences, have traditionally been relegated to the realm of religion and spirituality, seen as something mysterious and inexplicable. But in recent decades, neuroscientists have begun to explore the biological underpinnings of these mystical states, using brain imaging techniques to map the neural activity associated with meditation, prayer, and other spiritual practices. What they are discovering is that these experiences, far from being supernatural or otherworldly, are deeply rooted in the biology of the brain. One of the key findings of this research is that mystical experiences are often associated with decreased activity in the default mode network DMN, a network of brain regions that is active when we are not focused on the outside world and our minds are wandering. The DMN is involved in self-referential thinking, mind wandering, and the construction of our sense of self. When the DMN is quieted, as it is during deep meditation or other contemplative practices, our sense of self can dissolve, leading to feelings of interconnectedness and unity with the universe. Another important finding is that mystical experiences are often accompanied by increased activity in the parietal lobes, the areas of the brain responsible for processing sensory information and spatial awareness. This may explain why people in mystical states often report a sense of expanded awareness, a feeling of being connected to everything around them. Furthermore, studies have shown that spiritual practices like meditation can lead to structural changes in the brain, including increased thickness in the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for executive functions like attention, planning, and decision-making. This may explain why people who regularly engage in spiritual practices often report improvements in their emotional regulation, focus, and overall well-being. But perhaps the most intriguing finding is that certain neurochemicals, such as dopamine, serotonin, and endogenous DMT dimethyltryptamine, may play a role in mystical experiences. DMT, a powerful psychedelic compound produced naturally in the brain, has been shown to induce profound mystical states, characterized by feelings of unity with the universe, encounters with divine beings, and a sense of transcending space and time. These findings suggest that mystical experiences, far from being supernatural or inexplicable, are deeply rooted in the biology of the brain. They are not just random events, but rather the result of specific patterns of neural activity and neurochemical release. But does this mean that science can fully explain the mystery of spiritual experience? Can we reduce the profound sense of awe and wonder, the feeling of interconnectedness with something greater than ourselves, to mere chemical reactions and neural pathways? While science can shed light on the biological mechanisms involved in mystical experiences, it cannot fully capture the subjective, qualitative nature of these experiences. The feeling of boundless love, the sense of unity with the universe, the profound peace and joy that accompany these states. These are qualities that transcend scientific measurement and analysis. The mystical brain is not just a collection of neurons and synapses, it is a gateway to a deeper reality, a portal to the realm of the spirit. It is through this gateway that we can access the profound wisdom and boundless love that lie at the heart of the universe. By understanding the neural correlates of mystical experiences, we can begin to bridge the gap between science and spirituality, between the material and the immaterial. We can begin to see that these two seemingly disparate realms are in fact intimately interconnected, two sides of the same coin. The mystical brain is a testament to the extraordinary potential of human consciousness. It is a reminder that we are not just physical beings, but also spiritual beings, capable of transcending the limitations of our ordinary perception and experiencing the profound interconnectedness of all things. This is the journey of awakening, the path to the enlightened mind. It is a journey that takes us beyond the confines of our ego, beyond the illusion of separation, and into the heart of the mystery that is life itself. Chapter 5. The Chemistry of Consciousness. Imagine a vast orchestra, instruments shimmering under the soft glow of stage lights. The conductor raises their baton, and a hush falls over the audience. Then, With a graceful flick of the wrist, the music begins. Violins soar with a sweet, yearning melody. Cellos provide a grounding bass line, and flutes weave a delicate counterpoint. The percussion section adds a rhythmic pulse, driving the music forward with an irresistible energy. Each instrument plays its part, contributing to a symphony of sound that is both intricate and harmonious. This, in essence, is the symphony of consciousness, the intricate interplay of neurochemicals that orchestrate our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. Just as each instrument in an orchestra contributes to the overall sound, each neurochemical plays a unique role in shaping our inner experience. Dopamine, the molecule of motivation and reward, surges through our brains when we achieve a goal, experience pleasure, or anticipate something exciting. It's the driving force behind our pursuit of happiness, the fuel that propels us forward in life. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer, bathes our brains in a sense of calm and contentment. It helps us to regulate our emotions, to feel balanced and at peace. When serotonin levels are low, we may experience anxiety, depression, or difficulty sleeping. Norepinephrine, the alertness molecule, sharpens our focus and prepares us for action. It's the surge of energy we feel when we face a challenge, the quickening of our pulse when we're excited or afraid. These are just a few of the many neurochemicals that dance and weave within our brains, creating the tapestry of our conscious experience. But this symphony is not just a random cacophony, it's a carefully orchestrated performance, conducted by the intricate circuitry of our nervous system. And just as a skilled conductor can shape the dynamics and nuances of a musical piece, our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors can influence the delicate balance of our neurochemicals. Think about the last time you felt truly grateful. Perhaps you were surrounded by loved ones, enjoying a delicious meal, or simply appreciating the beauty of a sunset. As you savored that feeling of gratitude, did you notice a sense of warmth and contentment spreading through your body? That's the power of positive emotions to trigger the release of feel-good neurochemicals like serotonin and dopamine. Conversely, when we dwell on negative thoughts or experiences, we can trigger the release of stress hormones like cortisol, which can disrupt the delicate balance of our neurochemistry and lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and even physical illness. But the chemistry of consciousness is not just about the interplay of neurochemicals within our brains. It's also about the intricate dance between our brains and the rest of our bodies, between our inner world and the external environment. Our gut, often referred to as our second brain, plays a crucial role in this dance. It houses trillions of bacteria that produce neurochemicals like serotonin and GABA, which influence our mood, sleep, and even our cognitive function. What we eat, how we move, and the quality of our sleep can all affect the delicate balance of our gut microbiome, and in turn, our mental and emotional well-being. Furthermore, our connection to the natural world plays a vital role in regulating our neurochemistry. Exposure to sunlight triggers the production of vitamin D, which is essential for mood regulation and cognitive function. Spending time in nature has been shown to reduce stress hormones and increase levels of feel-good neurochemicals. Even the simple act of grounding, connecting our bare feet to the earth, can help to harmonize our energy and promote a sense of calm and well-being. The chemistry of consciousness is a dynamic and ever-changing landscape, influenced by a multitude of factors, from our genetics and upbringing to our daily habits and choices. But by understanding the intricate interplay of neurochemicals, hormones, and environmental factors, we can begin to take a more proactive role in shaping our own inner experience. We can learn to cultivate habits and practices that support a healthy and balanced neurochemistry. We can choose foods that nourish our gut microbiome, engage in activities that boost our mood and energy levels, and create environments that promote relaxation and well-being. We can also learn to work with the energy of our emotions, transforming negative emotions into positive forces for growth and change. By cultivating self-awareness and emotional intelligence, we can become the conductors of our own inner symphony, orchestrating a harmonious and fulfilling life. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey of self-discovery, a process of uncovering the hidden depths of our own consciousness. It's about understanding the intricate interplay of biology, psychology, and spirituality, and recognizing that we are not just passive recipients of our experiences, but active participants in creating them. It's about recognizing that we have the power to shape our own inner landscape, to cultivate a chemistry of consciousness that supports our well-being, our growth, and our evolution. And as we delve deeper into this inner landscape, we may discover that the boundaries between our inner world and the outer world begin to dissolve, revealing a reality that is far more interconnected and wondrous than we ever imagined. Chapter 6. Rewiring Your Reality. Picture a sprawling garden, overgrown with weeds and tangled vines. Thorny brambles snag at your clothes as you push through the dense undergrowth, the air thick with the musty scent of neglect. Hidden beneath the chaos, however, lies the potential for beauty, a forgotten fountain choked with weeds, a crumbling statue hinting at past grandeur, and the faint outline of pathways long overgrown. This garden, in its current state, is a reflection of your mind, a landscape shaped by limiting beliefs, outdated narratives, and patterns of thought that no longer serve you. But just as the garden can be transformed with care and attention, so too can your mind. Through the remarkable process of neuroplasticity, your brain has the inherent ability to rewire itself, to forge new pathways, and to create a more vibrant and fulfilling reality. Neuroplasticity, once a radical concept, is now a well-established scientific fact. It refers to the brain's ability to change its structure and function in response to experience. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every action you take leaves its imprint on your neural pathways, shaping the very architecture of your brain. For much of the 20th century, scientists believed that the brain was a fixed entity, its structure largely determined by genetics and early childhood experiences. But groundbreaking research has revealed that the brain is far more malleable than previously thought. Throughout our lives, our brains continue to adapt and evolve, forging new connections and pruning old ones in response to our experiences. This means that we are not prisoners of our past. We are not bound by the limiting beliefs and negative patterns that we may have inherited or developed over time. We have the power to rewire our brains to create new neural pathways that support our well-being, our growth, and our evolution. Think of it like this. Imagine a well-worn path through a forest. The more you walk that path, the deeper the groove becomes, making it easier and easier to follow. But if you choose to venture off the path, to forge a new trail through the undergrowth, eventually that new trail will become a well-trodden path itself. The same principle applies to our brains. The more we engage in certain thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, the stronger the corresponding neural pathways become. But if we consciously choose to cultivate new thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we can create new neural pathways that support a more positive and fulfilling reality. This is the power of neuroplasticity, the ability to consciously shape our own minds. It's a process of rewiring our brains for greater happiness, resilience, and spiritual growth. So how do we put this power into practice? How do we cultivate the mental habits and practices that support positive neuroplasticity? One powerful tool is mindfulness. By bringing our attention to the present moment, without judgment, we can interrupt automatic patterns of thought and create space for new possibilities. Mindfulness practices like meditation, yoga, and mindful walking help us to cultivate a deeper awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and sensations, allowing us to observe them without getting swept away by them. Another key is to challenge our limiting beliefs. These are the deeply ingrained narratives that tell us we are not good enough, not smart enough, not worthy of love and happiness. By identifying these beliefs and questioning their validity, we can begin to dismantle them and replace them with more empowering narratives. Affirmations are another powerful tool for rewiring our brains. By repeating positive statements about ourselves and our lives, we can reprogram our subconscious mind and create new neural pathways that support our goals and aspirations. But perhaps the most important factor in rewiring our reality is our behavior. Our actions speak louder than our words, and they have a profound impact on our neural pathways. By engaging in activities that support our well-being, our growth, and our values, we reinforce the neural pathways that support those positive qualities. This could involve anything from spending time in nature and engaging in creative pursuits to volunteering in our communities and pursuing our passions. Every action we take, every choice we make, is an opportunity to shape our brains and create a more fulfilling reality. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey of self-transformation, a process of rewiring our brains for greater happiness, resilience, and spiritual growth. It's about recognizing that we are not victims of our past, but active creators of our future. It's about understanding that our brains are not fixed entities, but dynamic and ever-evolving landscapes. And it's about embracing the power of neuroplasticity to shape our minds, our lives, and ultimately our reality. Chapter 7. The Quantum Field of Possibilities. Imagine standing before a vast, shimmering ocean, stretching as far as the eye can see. The surface shimmers with 1,000 shades of blue, reflecting the ever-changing sky. Beneath the surface, a hidden world teems with life. Schools of fish darting through coral reefs, whales singing their ancient songs, and mysterious creatures lurking in the depths. This ocean, with its boundless expanse and hidden depths, is a metaphor for the quantum field, the infinite realm of possibilities that underlies our reality. Quantum physics, the study of the universe at its most fundamental level, has revealed a startling truth: reality is not fixed and solid, but rather a fluid and dynamic field of potential. At the subatomic level, particles don't exist in definite states. Instead, they exist as probabilities, as waves of potential that collapse into particles only when observed. This means that the universe is not a static collection of objects, but a dynamic field of possibilities, a realm where everything that could happen is happening, all at once. It's a mind-bending concept, one that challenges our everyday understanding of reality. Think of it like this. Imagine a deck of cards, each card representing a different possibility, a different potential outcome. Before you draw a card, all the possibilities exist simultaneously. The act of drawing a card collapses the wave function, so to speak, and brings one possibility into reality. But the other possibilities still exist, in a sense, in the realm of the quantum field. This has profound implications for how we understand our own lives. If the universe is a field of possibilities, then we are not just passive observers of a predetermined reality, but active participants in its creation. Our thoughts, our emotions, our intentions all interact with the quantum field, influencing the probabilities and shaping the reality we experience. This is not to say that we can simply wish our way into a perfect life or manifest our desires with a snap of our fingers. The quantum field is not a magical genie that grants our every wish. But it does suggest that we have a greater degree of agency than we may realize, that our consciousness plays a role in shaping the reality we experience. One of the most intriguing aspects of the quantum field is the concept of parallel universes. If the universe is a field of possibilities, then every time we make a choice, every time a wave function collapses, a new universe is created, a parallel reality where a different possibility has manifested. This means that there are countless versions of ourselves, living out different lives in different realities. There's a universe where you took that job offer, a universe where you said yes to that adventure, a universe where you followed your heart's desire. These parallel universes are not just science fiction fantasies, they are a logical consequence of the principles of quantum physics. They suggest that the universe is far more vast and complex than we can imagine, a multiverse of infinite possibilities. But how can we access this quantum field of possibilities? How can we tap into its infinite potential and create a life that is aligned with our deepest desires? One key is to cultivate a state of coherence, where our thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned with our intentions. When we are in a state of coherence, our energy is focused and amplified, creating a powerful ripple effect in the quantum field. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and visualization can help us to cultivate coherence and strengthen our connection to the quantum field. By quieting the mind, focusing our attention, and visualizing our desired outcomes, we can increase the probability of those outcomes manifesting in our reality. Another key is to embrace the power of intention. Our intentions are not just wishful thinking, they are energetic forces that interact with the quantum field. By setting clear intentions and focusing our energy on what we want to create, we can influence the probabilities and shape our reality in a positive direction. This is not about manipulating the universe or trying to control outcomes. It's about aligning ourselves with the flow of life, with the creative impulse that animates the universe. It's about recognizing that we are not just passive observers of reality, but active participants in its creation. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey of exploration, a process of discovering the hidden depths of our own consciousness and the infinite potential of the quantum field. It's about recognizing that we are not limited by the constraints of our physical reality, but rather we are connected to a realm of infinite possibilities. It's about embracing the power of our thoughts, our emotions, and our intentions to shape our reality and create a life that is aligned with our deepest desires. And it's about stepping into the unknown with courage and curiosity, knowing that the universe is a field of infinite possibilities waiting to be explored. Chapter 8. The Science of Intuition. A shiver ran down my spine. I couldn't explain it, but a deep sense of unease washed over me as I considered signing the contract. It all looked perfect on paper: the lucrative offer, the prestigious company, the potential for career advancement. Yet a nagging voice within whispered warnings, urging me to reconsider. I brushed it aside, attributing it to nerves and self-doubt. But the feeling persisted, a persistent knot of apprehension in my gut. Against my better judgment, I listened to that inner voice, that inexplicable sense of knowing, and I declined the offer. Weeks later, the company was embroiled in a scandal, its reputation shattered. My rational mind couldn't have predicted it, but my intuition, that deep inner knowing, had saved me from a disastrous decision. We've all had similar experiences, moments when an inner voice guides us, a gut feeling warns us, or a sudden flash of insight illuminates a hidden truth. This is intuition, that mysterious sixth sense that seems to operate beyond the realm of logic and reason. For centuries, intuition has been relegated to the realm of the mystical, dismissed as superstition or wishful thinking. But in recent years, scientists have begun to explore the science of intuition, uncovering the fascinating ways in which our brains gather and process information beneath the surface of conscious awareness. One key to understanding intuition lies in the vast network of neurons in our gut, often referred to as our second brain. This enteric nervous system contains over 100 million neurons, more than the spinal cord, and it communicates extensively with our brain. It's this gut-brain connection that gives rise to those gut feelings, visceral sensations that often guide our decisions and actions. Our gut, with its intricate network of neurons and its sensitivity to subtle cues from our environment and our bodies, acts as a powerful subconscious processor, picking up on information that our conscious mind may miss. But intuition is not just about gut feelings. It also involves the intricate workings of our subconscious mind, a vast reservoir of memories, experiences, and patterns that lie beneath the surface of conscious awareness. Our subconscious mind is constantly gathering and processing information, making connections and drawing conclusions that may not be immediately apparent to our conscious mind. These insights can bubble up to the surface as intuitive hunches, creative breakthroughs, or sudden realizations. Think of it like an iceberg. The conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg, the part that is visible above the surface. But beneath the surface lies the vast, submerged mass of the subconscious mind, a hidden world of thoughts, emotions, and memories that shape our perceptions and influence our decisions. Intuition is the bridge between these two worlds, the channel through which the wisdom of the subconscious mind can emerge into conscious awareness. But how does this process work? How does our brain gather and process information beneath the surface of conscious awareness? One key mechanism is pattern recognition. Our brains are incredibly adept at recognizing patterns, even subtle ones that may not be consciously perceived. Through years of experience, our subconscious mind has accumulated a vast library of patterns, from the subtle cues of body language to the complex dynamics of social interactions. When we encounter a new situation, our subconscious mind rapidly scans this library, searching for matches and making predictions based on past experiences. These predictions can manifest as intuitive hunches or gut feelings, guiding our decisions and actions. Another important factor is emotional intelligence. Our emotions are not just fleeting feeling. They are powerful signals that convey valuable information about ourselves and our environment. When we pay attention to our emotions, we tap into a rich source of intuitive guidance. A feeling of excitement may signal an opportunity, while a sense of unease may warn us of potential danger. Furthermore, our brains are constantly picking up on subtle cues from our environment, even when we are not consciously aware of them. These cues, such as subtle changes in facial expressions, tone of voice, or body language, can provide valuable information about the intentions and emotions of others. Our subconscious mind processes these cues, often leading to intuitive insights about the people around us. But intuition is not just about picking up on subtle cues and recognizing patterns. It also involves a deeper connection to something beyond ourselves, a sense of tapping into a universal field of information or collective consciousness. This is the realm of precognition, the ability to perceive future events, and extrasensory perception (ESP), the ability to perceive information through means other than the five senses. While these phenomena may seem paranormal or supernatural, there is growing evidence to suggest that they are real and measurable. Studies have shown that people can accurately predict future events at a rate that exceeds chance, and that individuals can communicate telepathically, even when separated by vast distances. These findings challenge our conventional understanding of reality, suggesting that our consciousness is not limited to our physical bodies but can extend outwards, interacting with the world in ways that defy our current scientific models. The science of intuition is still in its early stages, but it is already revealing the fascinating ways in which our brains gather and process information beneath the surface of conscious awareness. It is shedding light on the mysterious sixth sense that has guided humans for centuries, and it is opening up new possibilities for understanding the nature of consciousness itself. By cultivating our intuition, we can tap into a powerful source of wisdom and guidance. We can learn to trust our gut feelings, listen to our inner voice, and make decisions that are aligned with our deepest values and aspirations. We can learn to navigate the complexities of life with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose, and we can open ourselves to a world of possibilities that extends beyond the limitations of our rational mind. Chapter 9. The Mystery of Time. The grandfather clock in the hallway ticked with a steady, rhythmic pulse, each second marking the relentless march of time. Dust motes danced in the golden shaft of sunlight that streamed through the window, their slow, graceful movements a stark contrast to the hurried ticking of the clock. I watched them, mesmerized, and a strange thought occurred to me. What if the clock was wrong? What if time, as we perceive it, was not a linear progression from past to future, but a multidimensional tapestry, woven with threads of memory, anticipation, and the eternal now? Our everyday experience of time is linear. We remember the past, we experience the present, and we anticipate the future. This linear model of time is deeply ingrained in our culture, shaping our language, our beliefs, and our very understanding of reality. We measure our lives in years, months, and days, marking the passage of time with birthdays, anniversaries, and the relentless ticking of clocks. But what if this linear model is an illusion, a simplification of a far more complex reality? What if time, like the dust motes dancing in the sunlight, is not a rigid structure, but a fluid and dynamic phenomenon, shaped by our perception and our relationship to the universe? Quantum physics, with its mind-bending discoveries, challenges our conventional understanding of time. At the subatomic level, time is not a fixed and absolute entity, but a relative and flexible dimension influenced by gravity, velocity, and even the act of observation. Einstein's theory of relativity, for example, demonstrates that time is not a universal constant, but rather a relative phenomenon that varies depending on the observer's frame of reference. Time slows down for objects moving at high speeds and for objects in strong gravitational fields. This means that time is not a rigid framework that governs the universe, but rather a flexible dimension that is interwoven with space and matter. Furthermore, quantum experiments have shown that the act of observation can influence the behavior of particles, even retroactively. This suggests that the present can influence the past, blurring the lines between cause and effect and challenging our linear understanding of time. But perhaps the most intriguing challenge to our conventional understanding of time comes from the realm of human experience. We've all had moments when time seems to slow down, like when we're in a car accident or experiencing a moment of intense emotion. And we've all had moments when time seems to fly by, like when we're engrossed in a creative project or spending time with loved ones. These subjective experiences of time suggest that our perception of time is not fixed and absolute, but rather fluid and malleable, shaped by our emotions, our attention, and our state of consciousness. Think about the feeling of nostalgia, that bittersweet longing for the past. In those moments, the past feels vividly present, as if we are transported back in time, reliving those cherished memories. Or consider the feeling of anticipation, the eager excitement for a future event. In those moments, the future feels almost tangible, as if it is already unfolding in our minds. These experiences suggest that the past and the future are not separate and distinct from the present, but rather interwoven with it, accessible through the portal of our consciousness. This is the concept of the eternal now, the idea that the present moment is the only reality, and that the past and the future are simply different aspects of the present. It's a concept that has been explored by mystics and spiritual teachers for centuries, and it is now gaining traction in the scientific community as well. The mystery of time is a deep and profound one, a puzzle that has challenged philosophers and scientists for centuries. But by exploring the nature of time, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the universe. We can learn to appreciate the preciousness of the present moment, to savor the richness of each experience, and to release the grip of the past and the anxieties of the future. We can learn to live in the eternal now, to tap into the timeless wisdom of our souls, and to create a life that is aligned with our deepest purpose and passion. And we can open ourselves to the possibility that time, like the universe itself, is far more vast and mysterious than we can imagine, a realm of infinite possibilities waiting to be explored. Chapter 10. The Hero's Journey Within. The flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows on the cave walls, illuminating ancient symbols etched into the stone. A lone figure, cloaked in darkness, knelt before a crackling fire, their face etched with a mixture of fear and determination. This was the hero, poised at the threshold of a perilous journey, a quest that would take them through treacherous landscapes, confront them with fearsome adversaries, and ultimately lead them to a profound transformation. This archetypal story, known as the hero's journey, has resonated with humans for millennia. From the epic tales of Gilgamesh and Odysseus to the modern myths of Luke Skywalker and Harry Potter, the hero's journey speaks to a deep longing within us, a yearning for adventure, transformation, and the fulfillment of our true potential. But what if this epic journey is not just a story we tell ourselves, but a blueprint for our own spiritual awakening? What if the challenges and triumphs of the hero's journey mirror the stages of our own inner transformation, the path to the enlightened mind? The hero's journey, as described by mythologist Joseph Campbell, typically begins with a call to adventure, a disruption of the ordinary world that compels the hero to embark on a quest. This call may come in the form of a challenge, a crisis, or a sudden awakening to the limitations of their current life. For the spiritual seeker, This call to adventure may be a growing sense of dissatisfaction with the material world, a yearning for deeper meaning and purpose, or a profound encounter with the mystery of existence. The hero, initially hesitant, eventually heeds the call and crosses the threshold, leaving the familiar comforts of their ordinary world and venturing into the unknown. This is a crucial step, a leap of faith that requires courage, trust, and a willingness to embrace uncertainty. For the spiritual seeker, this crossing of the threshold may involve leaving behind old beliefs and patterns, stepping outside of their comfort zone, and embarking on a journey of self-discovery. The hero then faces a series of trials and challenges, encountering fearsome adversaries and overcoming seemingly insurmountable obstacles. These trials test the hero's strength, courage, and resilience, forcing them to confront their deepest fears and insecurities. For the spiritual seeker, these trials may take the form of inner demons, limiting beliefs, and emotional wounds that must be healed in order to progress on the path to enlightenment. Along the way, the hero encounters mentors and allies who offer guidance, support, and wisdom. These mentors may be spiritual teachers, wise elders, or even inner voices that offer guidance and encouragement. For the spiritual seeker, these mentors may appear in many forms: a book, a song, a chance encounter with a stranger, offering insights and inspiration at crucial moments on the journey. At the heart of the hero's journey lies the abyss, the darkest and most challenging stage of the quest. Here, the hero confronts their greatest fears, their deepest shadows, and the possibility of their own demise. This is a moment of profound transformation, a death and rebirth experience that allows the hero to emerge stronger and more empowered. For the spiritual seeker, the abyss may represent a period of intense introspection, a confrontation with the ego, or a dark night of the soul where old beliefs and identities are shed, paving the way for a new sense of self. Having overcome the abyss, the hero attains the reward, the treasure they sought, or the wisdom they gained through their trials. This reward may be a tangible object, a newfound skill, or a profound insight into the nature of reality. For the spiritual seeker, the reward may be a sense of inner peace, a deeper connection to the divine, or a realization of their true nature as an expression of universal consciousness. Finally, the hero returns to their ordinary world, transformed by their experiences and ready to share their newfound wisdom and gifts with others. This return may involve integrating their newfound awareness into their daily lives, inspiring others to embark on their own journeys of transformation, or contributing to the betterment of the world. For the spiritual seeker, the return may involve living a life of purpose and service, sharing their insights and experiences with others, and contributing to the awakening of humanity. The hero's journey is not just a story, it is a reflection of our own inner journey, the path to the enlightened mind. It is a journey of self-discovery, transformation, and the fulfillment of our true potential. By understanding the stages of the hero's journey, we can gain a deeper understanding of our own spiritual awakening. We can recognize the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead, and we can draw strength and inspiration from the archetypal hero within us. We can embrace the call to adventure, face our fears with courage, and emerge from the abyss transformed, ready to share our gifts with the world. This is the journey of the enlightened mind, a journey that takes us beyond the limitations of our ego, beyond the illusion of separation, and into the heart of the mystery that is life itself. Chapter 11. The Language of the Soul. The wind howled through the ancient forest, its voice a symphony of whispers and sighs. Sunlight filtered through the canopy of leaves, casting dappled patterns on the mossy forest floor. I wandered along the winding path, my mind quiet, my senses alert. Suddenly, a flash of blue caught my eye. A bluebird, perched on a branch, its feathers shimmering in the sunlight. It tilted its head, as if observing me with curious eyes, then let out a series of melodic chirps before taking flight, its blue form disappearing into the emerald tapestry of the forest. As I continued my walk, a sense of peace settled over me, a feeling of connection to something larger than myself, I couldn't explain it, but the encounter with the bluebird felt significant. A message from the universe, a whisper from my soul. This is the language of the soul, the subtle communication that transcends the limitations of words and logic. It speaks to us through symbols, synchronicities, dreams, and intuitive nudges, offering guidance, insight, and a deeper connection to the mysteries of life. For centuries, humans have sought to understand this language, to decipher the hidden messages embedded in the fabric of reality. Ancient cultures developed elaborate systems of divination, using tools like tarot cards, runes, and astrology to interpret the signs and symbols of the universe. Shamans and mystics embarked on vision quests, seeking guidance from the spirit world through dreams and altered states of consciousness. While these practices may seem mystical or esoteric, they all point to a fundamental truth that there is a deeper layer of reality, a realm of meaning and interconnectedness that lies beyond the grasp of our rational minds. This is the realm of the soul, the seat of our intuition, our creativity, and our deepest wisdom. The language of the soul is not bound by the rules of grammar or syntax. It speaks to us through metaphors, images, and archetypes, tapping into the universal language of the subconscious mind. It bypasses the filters of our logical mind, communicating directly with our intuition, our emotions, and our deepest sense of knowing. One of the most common ways the soul speaks to us is through dreams. As we sleep, our conscious mind takes a back seat, allowing the subconscious mind to emerge and express itself through the vivid imagery and symbolism of dreams. Dreams can offer valuable insights into our unconscious fears, desires, and unresolved conflicts. They can also provide guidance, inspiration, and creative breakthroughs. By paying attention to our dreams, keeping a dream journal, and exploring the symbolism and emotions they evoke, we can begin to decipher the messages our soul is sending us. Another way the soul communicates is through synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that seem to defy chance. Perhaps you're thinking about an old friend, and suddenly they call you out of the blue. Or maybe you're struggling with a decision, and you stumble upon a book or a quote that offers exactly the guidance you need. These synchronicities are not just random events, they are meaningful connections, subtle nudges from the universe, guiding us towards our highest path and purpose. By paying attention to these synchronicities, we can begin to recognize the patterns and messages that the universe is sending us. Intuition, that inner voice or gut feeling, is another powerful way the soul communicates. It's that sense of knowing that arises from deep within, often bypassing logic and reason. Intuition can guide us in making decisions, navigating relationships, and pursuing our passions. By learning to trust our intuition, we can tap into a source of wisdom and guidance that is always available to us. Symbols, too, play a significant role in the language of the soul. From ancient cave paintings to modern logos, symbols have the power to evoke deep emotions and convey complex meanings. The spiral, for example, represents growth, expansion, and the cyclical nature of life. The tree symbolizes interconnectedness, wisdom, and the rootedness of our being. By paying attention to the symbols that appear in our dreams, our surroundings, and our creative expressions, we can gain insights into our subconscious mind and the messages our soul is trying to convey. The language of the soul is a subtle and nuanced language requiring patience, attention, and a willingness to listen with an open heart. It is a language that speaks to our intuition, our emotions, and our deepest sense of knowing. By learning to understand this language, we can deepen our connection to ourselves, to others, and to the universe. We can gain access to a source of wisdom and guidance that is always available to us. And we can embark on a journey of self-discovery that leads to a more meaningful and fulfilling life. Chapter 12. The Power of Intention. The archer stands poised, their body a symphony of stillness and strength. Their eyes are focused on the distant target, their breath slow and steady. With a gentle pull, they draw the arrow back, the tension in the bowstring mirroring the focused intent in their mind. For a fleeting moment, time seems to stand still. Then, with a smooth release, the arrow flies, arcing through the air with unwavering precision, its trajectory guided by the archer's unwavering intention. This image of focused intention leading to a desired outcome captures the essence of this chapter. Intention, far from being merely a wishful thought, is a powerful force that can shape our reality, influencing the course of our lives and the unfolding of events. For centuries, spiritual traditions have emphasized the power of intention. Ancient texts speak of the law of attraction, the principle that like attracts like, that our thoughts and intentions create a magnetic field that draws similar experiences into our lives. Modern manifestation practices encourage us to visualize our desires, to focus our energy on what we want to create, and to believe in the power of our intentions to shape our reality. But intention is not just a mystical concept, it's a force that is recognized and studied by science. Quantum physics, with its mind-bending discoveries, suggests that consciousness plays a role in shaping the physical world. The observer effect, as we explored in Chapter 2, demonstrates that the act of observation can influence the behavior of particles, even retroactively. This implies that our intentions, our focused attention, can interact with the quantum field, influencing the probabilities and shaping the reality we experience. Furthermore, studies in neuroscience have shown that focused intention can activate specific neural networks in the brain, leading to changes in our behavior, our physiology, and even our gene expression. When we set a clear intention, our brain begins to organize itself around that intention, prioritizing resources and directing our actions towards its fulfillment. But intention is not just about achieving external goals or manifesting material desires. It's also about aligning ourselves with our deepest values, our soul's purpose, and the creative impulse that animates the universe. When our intentions are aligned with our authentic selves, with the highest good of all, we tap into a source of power that transcends our individual limitations. We become conduits for a greater force, co-creators of a more harmonious and fulfilling reality. This is the power of intention, to shape our lives, to manifest our desires, and to contribute to the evolution of consciousness itself. But how do we cultivate this power of intention? How do we harness this force to create a life of purpose, meaning, and fulfillment? The first step is to become aware of our intentions. What are the underlying motivations behind our thoughts, our actions, and our desires? Are we driven by fear, insecurity, or a need for external validation? Or are we guided by love, compassion, and a desire to contribute to the greater good? By becoming more conscious of our intentions, we can begin to align them with our authentic selves, with our deepest values and aspirations. The next step is to cultivate clarity. What do we truly want to create in our lives? What are our deepest desires, our most cherished dreams? The more specific and clear our intentions, the more powerful they become. Visualization is a powerful tool for clarifying and amplifying our intentions. By creating a vivid mental picture of our desired outcome, we engage our emotions and our subconscious mind, strengthening the magnetic pull of our intention. But intention is not just about visualization, it's also about action. Our intentions must be backed by action, by consistent effort towards our goals. The universe responds to action, to the tangible steps we take to manifest our desires. Furthermore, cultivating a positive mindset is crucial for harnessing the power of intention. When we believe in our ability to create positive change, when we trust in the benevolent support of the universe, we amplify the power of our intentions. And perhaps most importantly, we must surrender to the unfolding of life. While we can set intentions and take action, we cannot control the outcome. The universe has its own wisdom, its own timing, and its own way of orchestrating events. By surrendering to the flow of life, we allow our intentions to manifest in the most harmonious and fulfilling way. The power of intention is a gift, a tool that we can use to create a life of purpose, meaning, and joy. It is a force that connects us to the creative impulse of the universe, allowing us to become co-creators of a more beautiful and fulfilling reality. By cultivating awareness, clarity, action, and surrender, We can harness the power of intention to shape our lives, to manifest our desires, and to contribute to the evolution of consciousness itself. Chapter 13. Embracing the Unknown. The fog rolled in from the sea, blanketing the coastline in a shroud of white. The familiar landmarks, the jagged cliffs, the sandy beach, the distant lighthouse, vanished into the swirling mist, leaving me disoriented, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. A shiver ran down my spine, not from the cold, but from a deeper sense of unease, a primal fear of the unknown. Yet as I stood there, enveloped in the swirling whiteness, a strange sense of calm began to settle over me. The fear didn't disappear, but it softened, giving way to a sense of curiosity, a quiet thrill of anticipation. What lay hidden within this swirling mist? What wonders and mysteries awaited me in this uncharted territory? This experience, of confronting the unknown with a mixture of fear and curiosity, is a reflection of the human condition. We are creatures of habit, drawn to the familiar, the predictable, the safe. Yet, life is inherently uncertain, a journey into the unknown, a constant dance with the unexpected. The unknown can be a source of anxiety, fear, and even paralysis. We cling to our beliefs, our routines, our carefully constructed identities, fearing that the unknown will shatter our illusions and leave us adrift in a sea of uncertainty. But the unknown is also a source of wonder, excitement, and possibility. It is the birthplace of creativity, the catalyst for growth, the gateway to new discoveries and experiences. It is in the unknown that we find our true potential, our capacity for resilience, and our connection to something larger than ourselves. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey into the unknown, a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge our assumptions, and to embrace the uncertainty of life. It is a journey that requires courage, trust, and a willingness to surrender to the unfolding of the universe. Embracing the unknown is not about becoming reckless or irresponsible. It's not about throwing caution to the wind and leaping blindly into the abyss. Rather, it's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, openness, and acceptance in the face of uncertainty. It's about recognizing that life is a mystery, a grand adventure that unfolds moment by moment. It's about trusting that we have the inner resources to navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities that arise along the way. One of the greatest obstacles to embracing the unknown is our fear of failure. We cling to the familiar, the predictable, because we fear the consequences of making a mistake, of taking a wrong turn, of falling short of our expectations. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone on the path to success. Every mistake, every setback, every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. Embracing the unknown requires us to reframe our relationship with failure, to see it not as a sign of weakness or inadequacy, but as a necessary part of the learning process. It's about cultivating a growth mindset, a belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. Another obstacle to embracing the unknown is our attachment to certainty. We crave certainty, predictability, and control, because they give us a sense of security and stability in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. But certainty is an illusion. Life is inherently uncertain, a constant dance with the unexpected. The more we cling to certainty, the more we resist the flow of life, the more we create suffering for ourselves and others. Embracing the unknown requires us to surrender to the uncertainty of life, to trust that we are supported by a benevolent universe, and to have faith in our ability to navigate the challenges that arise. It's about recognizing that uncertainty is not a threat, but an opportunity for growth, expansion, and transformation. Embracing the unknown is not just about facing external challenges, it's also about exploring the inner landscape of our own consciousness. It's about delving into the depths of our own being, confronting our fears, our shadows, and our limiting beliefs. It's about being willing to question our assumptions, to challenge our perspectives, and to expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This inner exploration can be a daunting task, but it is also a profoundly rewarding one. As we delve deeper into our own consciousness, we discover hidden strengths, untapped potential, and a wellspring of wisdom and creativity. We begin to see that the unknown is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, explored, and celebrated. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey into the unknown, a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge our assumptions, and to embrace the uncertainty of life. It is a journey that requires courage, trust, and a willingness to surrender to the unfolding of the universe. But it is also a journey that leads to a profound sense of freedom, joy, and fulfillment. When we embrace the unknown, we open ourselves to a world of infinite possibilities, a realm where anything is possible, and where we are limited only by our own imagination. Chapter 13. Embracing the Unknown. The fog rolled in from the sea, blanketing the coastline in a shroud of white. The familiar landmarks, the jagged cliffs, the sandy beach, the distant lighthouse, vanished into the swirling mist, leaving me disoriented, adrift in a sea of uncertainty. A shiver ran down my spine, not from the cold, but from a deeper sense of unease, a primal fear of the unknown. Yet, as I stood there, enveloped in the swirling whiteness, a strange sense of calm began to settle over me. The fear didn't disappear, but it softened, giving way to a sense of curiosity, a quiet thrill of anticipation. What lay hidden within this swirling mist? What wonders and mysteries awaited me in this uncharted territory? This experience of confronting the unknown with a mixture of fear and curiosity is a reflection of the human condition. We are creatures of habit, drawn to the familiar, the predictable, the safe. Yet life is inherently uncertain, a journey into the unknown, a constant dance with the unexpected. The unknown can be a source of anxiety, fear, and even paralysis. We cling to our beliefs, our routines, our carefully constructed identities, fearing that the unknown will shatter our illusions and leave us adrift in a sea of uncertainty. But the unknown is also a source of wonder, excitement, and possibility. It is the birthplace of creativity, the catalyst for growth, the gateway to new discoveries and experiences. It is in the unknown that we find our true potential, our capacity for resilience, and our connection to something larger than ourselves. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey into the unknown, a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge our assumptions, and to embrace the uncertainty of life. It is a journey that requires courage, trust, and a willingness to surrender to the unfolding of the universe. Embracing the unknown is not about becoming reckless or irresponsible. It's not about throwing caution to the wind and leaping blindly into the abyss. Rather, it's about cultivating a mindset of curiosity, openness, and acceptance in the face of uncertainty. It's about recognizing that life is a mystery, a grand adventure that unfolds moment by moment. It's about trusting that we have the inner resources to navigate the challenges and embrace the opportunities that arise along the way. One of the greatest obstacles to embracing the unknown is our fear of failure. We cling to the familiar, the predictable, because we fear the consequences of making a mistake, of taking a wrong turn, of falling short of our expectations. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone on the path to success. Every mistake, every setback, every challenge is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more resilient. Embracing the unknown requires us to reframe our relationship with failure, to see it not as a sign of weakness or inadequacy, but as a necessary part of the learning process. It's about cultivating a growth mindset, a belief that our abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. Another obstacle to embracing the unknown is our attachment to certainty. We crave certainty, predictability, and control, because they give us a sense of security and stability in a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable. But certainty is an illusion. Life is inherently uncertain, a constant dance with the unexpected. The more we cling to certainty, the more we resist the flow of life, the more we create suffering for ourselves and others. Embracing the unknown requires us to surrender to the uncertainty of life, to trust that we are supported by a benevolent universe, and to have faith in our ability to navigate the challenges that arise. It's about recognizing that uncertainty is not a threat, but an opportunity for growth, expansion, and transformation. Embracing the unknown is not just about facing external challenges, it's also about exploring the inner landscape of our own consciousness. It's about delving into the depths of our own being, confronting our fears, our shadows, and our limiting beliefs. It's about being willing to question our assumptions, to challenge our perspectives, and to expand our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. This inner exploration can be a daunting task, but it is also a profoundly rewarding one. As we delve deeper into our own consciousness, we discover hidden strengths, untapped potential, and a wellspring of wisdom and creativity. We begin to see that the unknown is not something to be feared, but something to be embraced, explored, and celebrated. The journey to the enlightened mind is a journey into the unknown, a willingness to step outside of our comfort zones, to challenge our assumptions, and to embrace the uncertainty of life. It is a journey that requires courage, trust, and a willingness to surrender to the unfolding of the universe. But it is also a journey that leads to a profound sense of freedom, joy, and fulfillment. When we embrace the unknown, we open ourselves to a world of infinite possibilities, a realm where anything is possible, and where we are limited only by our own imagination. Chapter 14. The Art of Conscious Living. The first rays of dawn painted the sky with hues of rose and gold, casting a warm glow over the sleeping city. A lone figure sat on a rooftop, their silhouette outlined against the awakening sky. With eyes closed and palms turned upwards, they breathed deeply, their chest rising and falling with the rhythm of the sunrise. This was not just a morning ritual, it was a conscious act of aligning with the natural world, a moment of stillness amidst the impending rush of city life. Conscious living is not a destination, but a journey, a continuous unfolding of awareness that permeates every aspect of our lives. It's about bringing intentionality to our thoughts, our actions, and our interactions with the world around us. It's about living with presence, with purpose, and with a deep reverence for the interconnectedness of all things. In a world that often pulls us in 1,000 directions, demanding our attention with a constant barrage of stimuli, conscious living is a radical act of rebellion. It's a choice to slow down, to tune in, and to cultivate a deeper connection to ourselves, to others, and to the planet we inhabit. This is not about achieving a state of perfect mindfulness or living a life free from challenges and distractions. It's about cultivating an ongoing awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and making conscious choices that align with our values and aspirations. One of the foundations of conscious living is mindfulness. By bringing our attention to the present moment, without judgment, we cultivate a deeper awareness of our inner experience and our relationship to the world around us. We become more attuned to our thoughts, our emotions, and our physical sensations, allowing us to respond to life's challenges with greater clarity and equanimity. Mindfulness is not just a practice for the meditation cushion. It's a way of being that can permeate every aspect of our lives. We can practice mindfulness while walking, eating, working, or interacting with others. It's about bringing a quality of presence and awareness to everything we do. Another key aspect of conscious living is cultivating compassion. Compassion is not just about feeling empathy for others, it's about taking action to alleviate suffering and promote well-being. It's about recognizing the interconnectedness of all beings and extending kindness and understanding to ourselves and others, even in the face of difficult circumstances. Conscious living also involves making ethical choices that align with our values. This could involve choosing sustainable products, supporting businesses that prioritize ethical practices, or advocating for social justice and environmental protection. It's about recognizing that our actions have ripple effects, impacting not only ourselves but also the people around us and the planet we inhabit. Furthermore, conscious living is about cultivating a sense of gratitude. Gratitude is not just about appreciating the good things in our lives, it's about recognizing the abundance that surrounds us, even in the midst of challenges. It's about cultivating a mindset of appreciation for the simple things, the warmth of the sun, the beauty of nature, the kindness of a stranger. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to negativity and scarcity. It shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have, fostering a sense of contentment, joy, and appreciation for life. Conscious living is not a set of rules or a rigid dogma. It's a way of being that evolves and adapts as we grow and change. It's about cultivating an ongoing dialogue with ourselves, with others, and with the universe, seeking guidance, wisdom, and inspiration along the way. It's about recognizing that we are not separate from the world around us, but rather we are an integral part of a vast and interconnected web of life. Our thoughts, our emotions, and our actions ripple outwards, influencing not only our own lives, but also the lives of others and the fate of the planet. Conscious living is a call to awaken to our true potential as conscious creators, to embrace our responsibility for the world we inhabit, and to contribute to the evolution of consciousness itself. It's about living with intention, with purpose, and with a deep reverence for the interconnectedness of all things. It's about cultivating a life of meaning, joy, and fulfillment, not just for ourselves, but for all beings. Final chapter: the evolution of consciousness. Imagine standing on a mountaintop, gazing out at a vast, star-studded sky. The Milky Way stretches across the heavens like a luminous river, its countless stars twinkling like diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. As you gaze at this cosmic spectacle, a sense of awe and wonder washes over you, a feeling of being connected to something infinitely larger than yourself. But what if this awe-inspiring sight is not just a static backdrop to our existence, but a reflection of a dynamic process, an evolution of consciousness unfolding across the cosmos? For millennia, humans have contemplated the nature of consciousness. Philosophers have pondered the relationship between mind and matter, mystics have sought to transcend the limitations of the ego, and scientists have explored the intricate workings of the brain. But despite centuries of inquiry, the mystery of consciousness remains one of the most profound and elusive enigmas of our existence. What is consciousness? Where does it come from? And what is its role in the evolution of the universe? These are questions that have challenged thinkers for centuries. And while we may not have definitive answers, we are beginning to glimpse a new understanding of consciousness, one that transcends the limitations of our traditional materialistic worldview. This new understanding suggests that consciousness is not just a byproduct of the brain, but a fundamental aspect of reality, interwoven with the fabric of the universe. It is not limited to humans or even to living beings, but rather, it is a universal principle that permeates all of creation. This perspective challenges the traditional anthropocentric view that places humans at the center of the universe. Instead, it suggests that we are part of a larger cosmic evolution, a grand symphony of consciousness unfolding across the vast expanse of space and time. This evolution of consciousness is not a linear progression, but rather a complex and multifaceted process, with different levels and dimensions of awareness emerging at different stages of development. From the simple awareness of a single-celled organism to the complex consciousness of a human being, from the collective consciousness of a hive of bees to the interconnected awareness of a global community, consciousness is constantly evolving, expanding, and deepening. One of the most exciting frontiers in the exploration of consciousness is the field of transpersonal psychology. Transpersonal psychology explores the realms of human experience that transcend the limitations of the individual ego, including mystical experiences, altered states of consciousness, and the interconnectedness of all beings. This field of study challenges the traditional boundaries of psychology, expanding our understanding of human potential and the nature of reality itself. It suggests that we are not just isolated individuals, but rather we are interconnected expressions of a universal consciousness. Another fascinating area of inquiry is the study of collective consciousness. Collective consciousness refers to the shared beliefs, values, and experiences of a group of people, which can shape their behavior and influence the course of history. From the collective effervescence of a religious ritual to the shared outrage of a social movement, collective consciousness can be a powerful force for change and transformation. The evolution of consciousness is not just a theoretical concept, it is a lived experience. We can see it in the growing awareness of our interconnectedness, in the rise of global movements for peace and justice, and in the increasing interest in spiritual practices and alternative healing modalities. We can feel it in the deepening of our empathy, in the expansion of our compassion, and in the awakening of our intuition. But the evolution of consciousness is not without its challenges. As we become more aware of our interconnectedness, we also become more aware of the suffering and injustice in the world. We are confronted with the shadow side of humanity, with the destructive patterns of greed, violence, and ignorance that threaten the well-being of our planet. This confrontation can be painful and disheartening, but it is also an essential part of the awakening process. By facing the darkness, we can bring it into the light of awareness, where it can be transformed and healed. The evolution of consciousness is a call to action, an invitation to participate in the creation of a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world. It is a call to embrace our interconnectedness, to cultivate our inner wisdom, and to contribute to the collective awakening of humanity. This is the journey of the enlightened mind, a journey that takes us beyond the limitations of our ego, beyond the illusion of separation, and into the heart of the mystery that is life itself. It is a journey that leads us to a deeper understanding of ourselves, our place in the universe, and our role in the evolution of consciousness. And it is a journey that ultimately leads us home, to the realization that we are all interconnected expressions of a universal consciousness, a symphony of awareness that is constantly evolving, expanding, and deepening. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you have a wonderful day. If you could share and leave a comment, I would truly appreciate it. Your help would be greatly appreciated. Until we meet again.